How's it going today? Thanks for coming along with me on my little snappy garden day. I'm just picked some beans, and I actually had a few in the fridge, so I'm snapping and getting ready to do a small run. And I thought I would take you with me as I just hang out in my garden. I can't believe how gorgeous it is. It has just really come a long way this year. Everything is growing like crazy, and we are just super happy with everything, how it's gone. Who knew stringing green beans could be this satisfying? So I'm out in the garden today, just enjoying this weather. It's kind of getting a little hot right now, but I just wanted to take you along with me and just have a little chat. I haven't been posting for a little bit. Just everything's busy. The garden is crazy, but I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. Just kind of wanted to talk about why I started this channel. And for those of you who don't know, I also have another channel with my husband, and it is called Better Late Than Never. And one of the reasons why we started this, it's not because we're trying to get famous or anything like that. We just kind of wanted to build something that people could relate to. Our retirement is coming up, or I should say my husband's is coming up. He's still got a couple of years yet, but we're definitely thinking along those lines. But one of the things is I see all these channels out there and people talking about how you should get out and do things while you're young, but nobody really talks about the things you should be doing when you're over 60 or 65 or 75. And that's kind of the reason why we started our Better Late Than Never channel, is because we didn't want to just sit home and listen to our arteries harden. My dad always said to my grandfather. And you know, we want to get out there, we want to do things while we still can, you know, and like I say, you know, it's better late than never. Getting out there, exploring your area, exploring what your state has to offer, what your town, things that are nearby, things that are a little far, and you know, just getting out there and doing the stuff. That's really the main reason that we decided to do it, because we feel like there's not a lot out there for folks our age. And you know, we just want to show people that yes, you can still go out and do things while you're in the throes of retirement and all of the other stuff. The reason I did the Urban Homestead was because so many of the channels you see, people are just really focused on these big huge gardens, and they've got acres and acres of stuff, and they're doing all the actual homesteading, you know, that they wanted with their property, which is great. But what about those of us who live in the city? We're in the city limits. We're kind of on the outskirts, but we're still in the city limits. And I don't even know how to judge how many feet I have, but I don't have a very big piece of property. Yet look at what I've done. Look at the things that I've grown. And I don't want people to think that you can only grow things if you have all this acreage. You don't have to. I started with 6 of those little round grow bags and this rectangle bag right here like 5 years ago, before I ever started filming. And I have grown enough to feed us, not entirely, but where I don't have to buy canned goods or anything like that. I'm able to can all of those things that I grow. Okay, not everything, but a big part of the things that I grow I can can. And then I don't have to go to the market, and I'm not dependent on the grocery stores in order to feed us, vegetables and things like that. And of course, there's a limit to it because I don't have chickens or any other livestock or anything like that. But just being able to grow the little bit that I do, the corn, the beans, peas, cucumbers and squash and all that, I've actually been able to can all of that, and it has lasted until actually this summer. I think I have 1 jar of pickles left, and I am looking forward to being able to pickle more. But back to the real reason is because I want people to get back to those old-fashioned ways, if you will. The things that your grandma used to do. I'm going to be doing a bunch of recipes, actually, speaking of that. And I'm going to do a series on how your grandma cooked and the things that she made that were inexpensive and filling, but also not dependent on the markets. She could go out to the garden, she could pick her herbs and her beans and corn and carrots and all the things that she needed in order to make a dinner and not have to go into the market because they didn't really have all that. Some things I've been working on for the channel are doing some historical recipes. I found some cookbooks that I had. They're not really historical. Well, one is from like 1941, and I have a bunch that are from the 70s. They were my mother's. And so I thought I would take y'all along while I go through some of those recipes and check them out, see what we can do that could possibly help us in this crazy time. One thing I've learned about the garden is that you gotta pick often, every couple of days. There are some things, well actually most things, like beans for instance, if you don't pick them, the plant's going to think that it's done and it'll stop growing. So you want to make sure that you pick your things often. That will keep them growing long into the summer. I'm actually finding that I did not plant enough beans, and I'm going to be planting another a succession planting. I'm gonna do, these are the rattlesnake beans. Aren't these cool? I found these when I was watching Celebrating Appalachia. I love Tipper and Matt. They are just so lovely. I love the rattlesnake beans. They're so yummy. But anyway, I'm going to be doing another planting of them. I think I'm going to put them in the bottom where the corn is. And by the time the corn is ready to be pulled, I will have the beans coming up. Ooh, I tried a new bread recipe, and I will show you the results. I'm so silly. I didn't film when I was making it, the process or anything. So I can't show you all of that stuff, but I will show you how it came out. I haven't baked it yet. It is rosemary Kalamata olive, and I picked the rosemary from my herb bed, and it absolutely looks amazing. And I did another croissant sourdough, and I put chocolate chips in it. I made a couple for my daughters over last weekend, but of course I didn't film that either. Silly me. And if you have not seen Celebrating Appalachia, I will put a link to her channel in the description, and you guys have to go and watch her. She is just lovely. They have a beautiful garden, and I wish sometimes that I had that big of a garden, but I don't know that I can take care of it myself. They're a lot younger than we are, and that really is one of the reasons why I did this one. Okay, girls, the neighbor's chickens are laying and they're bragging, I guess. Anyway, doing this garden has just been amazing. I just love it. I come out here every day and I just marvel at how amazing God is to provide everything that we need. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming along with me as I just do a little garden chore. I'll be canning here soon, and I will be taking you along with me. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if there's a hype button, please do that. I've never seen one on my channel, but I would love it if you guys have it. And if you're able to do that, it would be awesome. It would really help my channel. Can't wait to show y'all what's coming up next. See you soon. As I sit here finishing up these beans, I guess what I'm really trying to say is that all of these things are connected. I started my channel because I wanted to show that you don't need acres of land to grow food for your family. You can do it in a small backyard, on a patio, or even with a few grow bags. Along the way, Urban Homestead became more than just a gardening channel. I realized I wanted to show more than just gardening. I wanted to share baking, preserving, and some of the old recipes and skills that are slowly disappearing. Dave and I started Better Late Than Never for a different reason, to show that retirement doesn't mean your adventures are over. Whether it's traveling or growing food at home, we hope these channels encourage you to keep learning, keep trying new things, and enjoy whatever stage of life you're in.